Why does my wife lie to me? One Spousism community member wants to know, why does his wife lie to him? Well, there could be a number of reasons, and they didn't say lie about what. But what I have come to find is a lot of people, especially wives in relationships with husbands, lie for peace sake. And you may say, get out of here. What do you mean lie for peace sake? I'm talking about when, let's give you an example. You ask her, oh, well, she tells you, I went to the store today and I got a couple of items, a couple of things that I needed. And you say, oh, well, how much did you spend? And she'll lie and say, not that much, or it was on sale. And that's not really a lie, because it may have been on sale and it may not be that much compared to what she wanted to spend, but it's quite a bit. And husbands aren't particularly fond of a bunch of money being spent. Or she may say something like, I didn't have time to make dinner because I was working on something and that something wasn't being worked on. Or she may lie about paying a bill that wasn't paid because she didn't have the money to pay it, or she made some type of payment arrangement with the company and spent the rest on something else. And I'm not saying it may be something frivolous. I'm just saying it may be something else like a bill. A lot of the lies, as far as I talk to my girlfriends that are married, has to do with finances. And I don't know if you know this, but the average household income in America is $55,000 at the time of recording this. So you're talking about two grown working adults who are not bringing home $60,000 together. So when you make an expenditure that is over, 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks, it's kind of a big deal. The other person's like, hey, that could have went towards our car note, or towards this bill, or towards that credit card, or towards the light bill or the gas. So it's usually about finances. Now, if she's lying about who she is with, in regards to intimacy and bonds and relationships with the opposite sex, of course, that would be lying, because you don't want someone to know that you are doing something that you wouldn't want your mother to know. Because I'll leave it very open and blank. It's a lot of gray area that people play with when they're married. And if you guys should have sat down and talked about what is acceptable, appropriate, what you wouldn't have a problem with, what you would. Because once emotional bonds are made between you and the opposite sex, or her and the opposite sex, feelings get hurt. People get upset. People start to argue. Fights happen. Divorce talk gets thrown around, and sometimes it does end in that. So if she's lying about her relationship with the opposite sex, or someone that is interested in them, even if that person didn't come out and say it, you know it. If you're a man or a woman, you know when someone has intentions for you that aren't platonic. So that type of lie should be addressed as well. The money thing, if it's for peace, that's between you and him. I know I've done it. I've told my husband that I didn't buy something that I actually did, or I spent less on something than I actually did. And as long as there's an abundance at that time, it's fine. But if things are tight, you don't want to hear it. So yes, it was wrong, but I've done it. So that's just some of the reasons why I think a wife would lie to a husband. I'm going to open it up to the community. If you do tell your husband lies, why? What is it about? What issue would it bring up in you guys' relationship, in your household? If you told him the truth about that thing or situation, what do you think his reaction would be? I am just one person with an opinion. I would like to know, and other people will benefit if you let them know why you lied to your husband. Let's talk about it.